The quarterfinals have wrapped up for the Olympics, and all but one Vancouver Canucks players have been eliminated from the tournament, and that one player is Kevin Lankinen, and we'll get into why. He's probably not going to be adding a game unless UC Saros gets hurt. But with all those players being out, it is time to grade their performances, how they did. According to expectations, did they meet? Did they exceed? Did they do worse than their expectations? We'll get into all of that in this video. How's it going, guys? I am CanucksLand. Welcome back to the CanucksLand channel. Second time I could do that. You probably didn't even show the whole jersey. But yeah, today we're going to be grading the Vancouver Canucks players not from worst to best. We're just going to be giving them grades based on the expectations we had going into the Olympics for those players and how they performed, like how they did. Some players exceeded expectations. Some players didn't live up to expectations. But without further ado, starting off, we have the big fish, the one everyone is here for, Elias Pettersson. Now, going into this tournament, he's having a meh season. He's not producing to the point totals that we want Elias Pettersson to produce to, but honestly, his defense has been good. He's actually played. He seems to be in it a little bit more than he was last season. The production's just not there. I'm hoping the production can come back, but honestly, it's not going to switch like that, especially in a tournament like the Olympics going up against great players. So my expectations for Elias Pettersson was to be a half point of a game, maybe a little bit above, depending, even odd games, and be good defensively. And in this tournament, he had, in 5 games, 2 goals, 0 assists for 2 points, so just under a half point per game, and he was a +2. Now, in terms of that, it bumps him down for me for a C-. Right now, C is the bar that you meet expectations. But the thing that bumps him above it is I think he actually didn't do too bad. Now, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just going to say what I saw. I saw an Elias Pettersson that was doing the right things, but wasn't impacting the game, wasn't being the big game breaker. He was just doing the small things, and those small things led to good things happening. He got 2 goals against Slovakia. He screened in the first game for Zibanejad's goal, and he almost got an assist if Zibanejad just didn't pass it across. He could have had 3 points if Zibanejad just put it into the open net. Let's be honest. He also had a good post hit, and he also had a great chance on the breakaway that Clara made a great save on. He got 2 points. We're not going to say, oh, he could have got this many points. He got 2 points. He had those chances. He didn't capitalize on them. But I liked what I saw from Elias Pettersson, so I'm going to give him a C+. I was thinking about giving him a B-, but I felt like that's just a little bit too much. I felt like we need the production to be there. There's a lot of what-ifs coming out of this tournament. What if he scored on the breakaway? What if he didn't hit that post? What if he scored on there? What if Zibanejad put it in the empty net? There's too many what-ifs coming out. I feel like C+ is just a good spot for Elias Pettersson. I wish he had a better tournament, but we got what we got, and at least it wasn't horrible. Next up, Filip Hronek. Now, before I get into Filip Hronek, Elias Pettersson is the player I've watched the most in the tournament. I was able to catch more of Sweden's games than the other games. Obviously, I've been asleep for some of these games. I haven't woken up to go watch, Czechia and Switzerland at 3 in the morning, right? I could have caught a lot of Czechia's games. The only 2 games I caught were against Canada. Hard to stop those guys, and he also got 5 points. His stat line was 0 goals, 5 assists, 5 points, and he was a 0 on the +-. Now I'm going to give Hronek an A-. I was thinking of giving him a B+. I feel like that would be a little bit better, but also he had a good tournament. He was a point per game. Defensively, fine. For Canada, I'm not going to blame him when he's playing top talent like Canada. Being the number 1 guy, being out there on the ice, having to work hard against those Canadian players who will force you to spend your energy and get tired. I think he had a good tournament. Honestly, is exactly what you wanted out of Filip Hronek. I'm going to give him an A-. I think that is a good grade. Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have Kevin Lankinen. Now, this one's going to be very simple, and I alluded to it in the intro. Kevin Lankinen did not play. He did not play a single minute for Finland. So I'm going to give him a not applicable because he didn't play. His stat line is wherever I put it on the screen. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0s just across the board. Kevin Lankinen didn't play because UC Saros is just so good and so pivotal for that, for the Finnish team. So Lankinen didn't play. We were able to move on pretty easily. Next up, Teddy Blueger. Now, Teddy Blueger didn't have insane expectations like an Elias Pettersson, but we were hoping for him to just go out there, be Teddy Blueger, get some reps in, have a fun tournament, and maybe get some points. He ended off with 0 goals, 1 assist for 1 point, and was a -3. I wanted to just say, you know what? He got a point at the tournament. He did good enough to get an assist. He was red hot with the Vancouver Canucks before, but the -3 brings me down a little bit. I'm going to give him a C. Kind of just like right in the middle. I don't want to really give him a C-. I feel like a C is an appropriate score for Teddy Blueger. Let me know what you guys think yet again about that. David Kampf. Now, David Kampf, I was like, I don't know what to give him, really. I was stuck in between an A- and a B+. For David Kampf, I'm going to give him a B+, as he had 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points, and was a +2 in this tournament for Czechia. He was their second-line center, and you know what? He stepped up and at least played a serviceable second-line center. Obviously, if you could have David Kampf low in your lineup, that's where you would want him to be, but he at least played good in a tournament where you would look at him as a lesser player, even though he is one of, there's a lot of NHL players on Czechia, but he's one of those lesser NHL players on Czechia. He still played good. He still stepped up. 2 assists and a goal for 3 points, and being a +2, I think it's good enough for a B+. Maybe an A, maybe an A-. I think B+ is a perfect spot for David Kampf. Next up is Lukas Reichel. This was the biggest surprise of the tournament. Going in, honestly, for Reichel, I had no expectations. I was hoping maybe he would just get 1 goal, but that was iffy. Like him and Ravinskas, I had no expectations for. He had a good tournament. He had 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. He was a -1, but honestly, the fact that he got 3 points is impressive. I know he was playing up in the lineup for Germany. They don't have as many NHL regulars and as NHL stars as other teams, but Lukas Reichel is just one of those players. He hasn't had that much luck. I felt like the unluckiness was going to continue into this tournament, and he wasn't going to be doing much. I'm happy. 2 goals, 1 assist, even though he was a -1. That is totally fine. In terms of Lukas Reichel, I'm going to give him a A grade. I think he had the best tournament in terms of what we thought he was going to do versus what he did for the Vancouver Canucks. Players, he had a great tournament. Good on Lukas Reichel. Next up, Arturi Ravinskas. Now, this one is very simple as well. Honestly, I had no expectations going in. I just thought he was going to be playing a depth role, and you know what? He'll maybe help out his team. He was a -1, and he had 0s across the board. But honestly, I'm not going to knock him for it. He gets a C. Just there. Met expectations, because there wasn't really any expectations. And it's just nice that he got to go out and play Olympic hockey and play at that stage. It's always nice when a player gets to do that, especially a guy like Arturi Ravinskas, who's more of a depth guy on Abbotsford. But yeah, without further ado, that is it. Let me know what you guys thought about the grades down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the tournaments down below. And yeah, if you're a Canucks fan and you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I set a goal to try to hit 500 subscribers by the end of this regular season. So it'd mean a lot if you did that. Leave a like and comment down below. What did you guys think? Did you think that I gave a guy too high of a grade? Maybe too low of a grade? I don't know. Those are the grades I gave. But yeah, the video on your right is the video from Wednesday. The video on your left is the video from Monday. Subscribe's right down under there. And I'll see you guys in the next one.